This is the creepy / uncanny YouTube video Iceberg, and in this video I'm going to be going over this iceberg that I whipped up in MS Paint of some of the more popular videos from the uncanny side of YouTube to the more obscure ones. Now this isn't the definitive iceberg, and if you want to make any changes, you're more than welcome to, and I'll leave it down in the description. So here's the entire iceberg that I made, without any jump cuts, no zooms, or chroma key explosion effects. And starting at the sky level of the iceberg, which I dubbed the normie level, we got a video called Blank Room Soup. So basically this video is of a dude eating soup with a comic large spoon with two Funko Pop looking dudes just rubbing his back while he's just there vibing. This Funko Pop looking costume actually originated from a performance art group called Ray Ray, led by Raymond S. Percy. And there's actually two YouTube channels that I found with a bunch of videos containing this character. Yelling Creature. This video depicts just that, a yelling creature which sounds like it's saying no. But why is it saying no? Because I read this banger tweet of mine. But anyways, this video was made by a YouTube channel called Rob Herman, and there was even other videos with yelling creatures such as Yelling Pumpkin, and no cap, all these creatures would be kind of spitting facts though. I feel fantastic. This video is just an android robot singing about how it feels fantastic. And there's even a part where she says, "You feel fantastic?" But listen here, honey boo boo, I do not feel fantastic looking at you, looking like a whole entire Karen. But for real though, the android robot thing, it was actually created by John Bergeron, and the android's name is Tara. She was originally used for research and entertainment purposes, but she pretty much became an uncanny internet pop star who went viral in the early days of YouTube. Little Baby's Ice Cream. So basically this commercial depicts a person made out of ice cream eating themselves, and the actual substance the actor was eating was actually marshmallow cream. And even though this is a commercial everyone knows about, there's actually a couple other cursed commercials put out by them, such as Ice Cream. And these cursed commercials were actually for the purpose of promoting their ice cream, and looking at their Facebook page, that ice cream be looking mad good though. And I wish I could have got some, because sadly they actually went out of business in 2019. Now that we finished going over the boring part of the iceberg, let's dive a little bit deeper. No pun intended. We're now going to the tip of the iceberg, which I dubbed the rabbit level, because you know, we're going down the rabbit hole. I'm seriously thinking of making a whole entire video about what we're going to talk about, but first I want you to use your imagination a little bit. So close your eyes. Come on, do it. Close your eyes or else I'm gonna go over there and beat you up. Now imagine you're sitting in your gamer chair playing some Genshin Impact. First of all, you should give yourself a pat on the back for not crushing your chair to death. And second, where did you go? Did you finally go outside to touch some grass? Or did you just no clip out of reality? And it looks like the latter has happened to you, and you've ended up in a place beyond reality called the back room. Your exact location, level 0. You start walking around trying to find a way out of this strange place, but you're met with more and more empty halls and rooms, and it's nothing but dingy fluorescent lights and smelly carpet floors. This is only the tip of the iceberg for the back rooms, and there's tons and tons of levels to go into, and there's even a dedicated wiki to all things considered canon in the backrooms lore. I put this so high up on the iceberg because this video has been popping off lately, and interest in the backrooms has been starting to increase, and the community is starting to get bigger and bigger as a result. The backrooms is a super interesting concept that I want to dive deeper into in a separate video, and I knew about the backrooms for a while, but I just did not know how deep the backrooms actually went. Petscop. Yet another topic that piques my interest. This is something I would make a whole entire video about, but Pharmaceutical beat me to it, and just like with the backrooms, there's a lot to uncover here. So in summary, Petscop is an ARG/web series all posted on this channel of the same name. Kind of like how Analog Horror tells stories through fictional VHS tape recordings, Petscop tells a story through Let's Play-like YouTube videos of a fictional game of the same name. The person playing through the game is named Paul, and as he traverses through the various levels of the game as a character named Guardian, the game starts off as a light-hearted, bootleg Pokemon game where you can catch various creatures, or pets as the game calls it, but progressively gets darker and more uncanny. That's Petscop in a nutshell, and I can make a whole other iceberg video covering everything that the series has to offer. Let's dive even deeper into what I dubbed the penguin level of the iceberg, where this freaking dude be chilling. The web series Local 58 is actually a pretty interesting one, and admittedly, I've only watched Nextwood's videos about the series, but that's not to say I don't love and appreciate the unique storytelling style the series assures uses to convey a story. Now, how exactly is a story told? It's told through one of them boomer moment TV program thingies with interruptions and glitchy hijack. Now, that might sound unappealing, especially for us zoomers that have a freaking attention span of a goldfish, but I assure you, that's only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the series. Although the main plot isn't shoved down your throat like an episode of freaking Dora, it leaves bits and pieces for us to uncover through the various interruptions or hijackings in this TV programming the series portrays. And essentially, we the viewer have to figure out what the story is. One moment you can be watching an innocent children's cartoon, and in the next it can turn uncanny and cryptic. Don't worry, the lore isn't as hard to follow as the FNAF lore. And one last thing, the series was created by Chris Straub, who's a talented web cartoonist, and I really look forward to diving deeper into all of the lore of the series has to offer. Alright y'all, so it's imagination time once again, so I'm gonna need y'all to close your eyes. Because if not, I'm gonna make you stop on Lego. So imagine you're just being chilling in your room, literally doing nothing but eating Doritos and hopefully following me on Twitter. Go follow me, by the way. And you look up and start staring at the ceiling because you're extremely bored, until suddenly you see a blue flicker of light and something just leave from one corner of your room to the other, all in a matter of seconds. Before you can even process what happened, you ask yourself, That's when it ain't even uploaded yet. You see, what you didn't know though is that every single corner in your home is essentially two separate dimensions converging to form a corner, and the entity you just saw was known as the corner folk, who are a species of trans-dimensional creatures who could traverse the corners formed by different dimensional planes. What the heck did I just say? The corner folk were discovered in 2011, and there was a video uploaded explaining the corner folk in greater detail on a channel by the name of Alex Kansas. And although there's only a couple videos about the corner folk, there's so much to dive into and there's so much to theorize and pick apart just from this one video alone. Surprisingly enough though, Nextwell hasn't made a 3-hour documentary about it, so maybe I should shoot my shot. Alright, you freaking losers, let's go even deeper down the iceberg into the level which I dubbed the dolphin level, where Light Reacts reveals that he's actually a dolphin. Gemini Home Entertainment is yet another analog horror web series which tells a story through informational-esque videos that seem normal at first, but then they suddenly become uncanny by mentioning a fictional creature the series is based around called woodcrawlers. These woodcrawlers do be kinda quirky now, and tell me why this person that was infected by one is kinda fresh though. Also, I have a confession. I only watched Nextwell's video about this. Call me a Nextwell stan, but his content do be kind of fire though. Also, it's better than being called a dream stan. Anyways, these woodcrawlers come from a planet called the Iris, which is essentially the birthplace of these monstrosities. And as the series continues with each and every single informational video, more and more information about these woodcrawlers is revealed. Like the fact that the Iris planet literally took a whole entire planet out of the solar system just to make room for itself. And just to cap off the strange nature of this Iris planet, the whole thing is sentient, meaning it's a living, breathing, Bremum and Haven extraterrestrial creature with thoughts, feelings, and a Reddit account. This is yet another oversimplification of a series that has a lot of depth and isn't shallow at all like a cryptocurrency scammer. Let's go down yet another level to the deep, dark depths of the iceberg, which I dipped the fish level, and hopefully here we can find Nemo. Blue Chimpanzee is a very interesting series of videos which admittedly I wasn't even interested in covering, but due to the fact that the story continues outside of the video, and before I explain how it does, let me just preface that this innocent graphic design is my passion, MS Paint looking series is the definition of looks can be deceiving. Because as you continue to watch the series, it leaves hints as to what the overall storyline could potentially be, sort of like what analog horror does. However, starting from part 6 of this series, for a brief second, something called a Gangadiddle is name dropped. Looking at that name led to a channel formerly known as Nathan Israel, which is now called Gangadiddle, which was apparently an ARG, and apparently the Gangadiddle was actually a creature that needed to be defeated, and I'm not exactly sure what the ARG entailed, but the game seems to have ended. If you want to see me cover this ARG, subscribe and let's move on to shaving cream torture. This video is an odd one, along with every single other video on the Memory Hole YouTube channel, which is a channel dedicated to uploading America's Funniest Home Video clips that didn't make the cut. And honestly, I'm not surprised I didn't make the cut. I mean, how the heck is anybody supposed to find this video funny? Also, the creator of the Memory Hole YouTube channel goes by the name Commodore Gilgamesh. I couldn't find a whole lot of information about how access was given or even about information of the YouTube channel, but this was a pretty interesting mini rabbit hole that I went down, and I would love to know more. Alright, you chicken heads, you know what time it is. It's time to go even deeper to the SpongeBob level. And yes, I know the names of these levels are pretty ridiculous, but at least they have personality though. Clip 094.mp4 is only one video in a series of 3 videos which seem to be nonsensical and cryptic. However, at a certain point in the second video on the channel, clip 095.mp4, there's a part where it gives a code that when deciphered led to a link where you can download a playable Half-Life 2 map. As to what the story of the ARG or what the purpose was is still unclear, but within the videos you can see underground tunnels, weird creatures with no arms, a rocket I think, and some Slenderman looking dude. I would have loved to see this ARG flourish and become a fully realized story with a conclusion and all, but there's sadly been no updates since 2011. Back in 2011, my impressionable kid self went down a rabbit hole called My Scary Pokemon, which is an ARG by a YouTuber named Blame Truth. And bro, I remember first watching this video late at night and I really thought it was real. So basically, YouTuber Blame Truth had a copy of Pokemon Blue for the Game Boy, and one day an abnormally colored Pokemon called Ditto appeared in the game, and then said Ditto transformed into an Eevee, and then into an Arbok, and then back into a Ditto. And when you take the first letter of all those Pokemon's names, it spells out dead. Yeah, this was really a product of its time. And as the series goes on, strange things start happening to him, such as his blue SD card getting broken, his jar with blue items in it opening up by itself, his blue snowball mic not working, and a blue ball falling on the floor while he was sleeping at night. Along with strange things happening to him in real life, in-game abnormal events would trigger as well. The abnormally colored Ditto, aka White Ditto, would have his name changed to White Hand out of nowhere, and the game would start to glitch and acting all cursed or whatever. Overall, I decided to include the series because it scared me when I was a little kid. We finally reached the very last level on the iceberg, and I probably named it the bruh level because I can. This level will contain some of the more obscure videos that I can find, and I will try my best to cover these videos. Each Day I Grow Some More was a video that I found while looking for the more obscure videos, and after some digging as to what this video was in specific, it led me down a rabbit hole which admittedly I was not prepared to go down, and I ended up discovering that it was originally posted by Worlds Corp Enterprises. In a nutshell though, I found the version that was actually a re-upload of the original, excluding the parts where an adult was shouting at a child, while said child was screaming, which were included in the original video, which is now deleted. And as I dug deeper, I found out Worlds Corp was actually posting content on their website that was disturbing to say the least, and even included commit inappropriate acts including children, to put it lightly. There's already good videos about World Corp out there by Nexpo, Mutahar, and Scare Theater, so I'd recommend checking out their videos if you like to dive deeper down this rabbit hole, but go at your own risk though. Last but not least, we've got a video called Sunday Avia, which seems to be a video meant solely for the purpose of giving us the heebie-jeebies. If I had to take a guess, this video, along with all the other videos on the channel, are part of some sort of art project, and maybe it's a collection of obscure videos of the same nature. I'm not entirely sure though, because there's not that much info on it. Maybe it's an error or something, or maybe it's some sort of cryptic message within all of the numbers in the test. I honestly don't think there's anything deeper to look into, but it's still cool nonetheless. Which one is the top of my hat? You will never know. Haha. I know it's been like 5 million years since I've uploaded. I think this is like the longest hiatus. I've been on hiatuses before. I've uploaded videos that I privated after. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And it was a little bit different. If you want to see more of this beautiful face, follow me on Instagram. If you want to hear me talk stupidity, follow me on Twitter. What you looking at?
Gave your heart and I just break it. With no explanation, you just left me waiting. Lately I've been in my bag. That's not to say that